What's up, everybody? So many shows.com, so many mashups. This is Mike. This is Pete. This is the movie The Rip on Netflix. What's up, Mike?
Hello, everyone, and hello, Pete.
So first off, I'm going to tell you to make sure that you watch on Monday nights at 8 o'clock the TV show Extracted. It's a reality TV show, one of my favorites. I told you about it last time. You didn't watch it, so stop being a jerk, because now I told you in front of all our audience. For everybody else, that's my shout out for that show.
All right.
Now we'll get to the movie Netflix. Very good. The Rip, Ben Affleck, Matt Damon. They had a lot of other stars that I didn't expect to be in there. Like these were big names.
Yeah.
This was a big one. This is better than Ocean's 11, I believe, and these other ones that I've seen. Now here's full disclosure, actually. So I never actually knew what kind of movie this was going to be. So when I saw, so I just knew that there was going to be a movie called The Rip. It's going to have Ben Affleck, Matt Damon reunited on screen doing their magic together. But like if you watch all like the previews, they were just cracking jokes on each other and like having a good time. I thought this was going to be like a weird comedy.
Oh, okay.
So I was expecting some weird like because like last time something like this happened, it was what was it called, like a Family Plan with Mark Wahlberg, where like it was like a family comedy, whatever, about whatever.
Yep.
So I thought we were gonna get something a little more like comical and a little more like, funny dad joke humor type of deal.
Yeah.
No, we got a real movie. It was a whodunit mystery drama type of situation. During the movie, you obviously you're trying to figure out who's really trying to steal the money. Who's the real? This is always a real bad guy.
Yeah.
I thought the whole time it was Matt Damon, and that the whole Netflix whole double twist was going to be that you think it's Matt Damon, then you think, oh, well, there's no way because it's so obvious, but then ends up being him at the end. So that's what I thought. Who did you think it was going to be?
I thought the same thing. That all fingers pointing at Matt Damon for stealing this money from the house that they came across here.
Now, when he did explain this plan, it did make him look super guilty, but it was a very good plan that he had. And then, it was just, it was. And then once they brought that other guy in, the DA guy, I was like, all right, this guy has something to do with something.
Yep.
Because he was saying, oh, look into this guy. Remember when this happened, he was mad about this. And that's why they're saying that he did this to this person. And he actually accused Matt Damon of killing the girl
Yeah.
when it was actually him.
Yeah. Yeah. It was. I enjoyed the movie. I liked the twists and turns. The action was pretty good. Ben Affleck's character and his brother character in the movie, clashing right at the beginning of the movie. It's like you didn't think of it, and then all of a sudden it's like, what's going on with these two? Oh, they're brothers. It's like, oh, really?
Yeah, he's fighting with his brother.
He's fighting with his brother, and his brother's an FBI agent. I thought that was hilarious. So.
And there was a point in time when he's like, I'll call my brother. And the guy was like, no, don't call your brother. But we found out later that it's because of whatever.
Yep.
Now,
Exactly.
one thing that I was confused about, do you remember the part where Matt Damon looked at the two girls and was like, remember this number, don't say it out loud? And
Yep.
they all had to tell how much their numbers were?
Yes.
Did they steal money?
No, that's how they
So,
prove that no money was stolen, because Matt Damon's got a number, or his character's got a number. So you got three people that have to have the
but
same exact number.
why didn't he want her to say, why didn't he want nobody to say it out loud?
So that way that the other person doesn't hear the number and
Who was
repeat
the other
what they heard.
person?
They had two people counting the money in the garage. It was
The two girls.
the two girls counting the money in the
Yes, and he
garage.
showed the two girls the number and said, don't say it out loud, just
Yep,
remember this number, and then put it away.
exactly. So that's to prove that nobody's stealing any money, that all three of them have the same exact number
But
of the
why couldn't
money
he just tell
counted.
them the number? Why wasn't he allowed to say it out loud is what I want to know.
That's a good question, actually.
I
Why
thought,
can't they say it
because
out
the
loud?
criminal in me thought in my head that he put money aside for all, like they stole money, and that's why he said, remember this number, but don't say it out loud, because I don't
Oh,
want
okay.
if in case there's anybody listening or any bugs are tapped, I don't
Yeah.
want to hear, oh, well, your phone, because think about it, your phone can record you right now if the
Yeah.
government wanted to. That's unfortunately we waive our rights on the little small print, whatever. Don't
Exactly.
stop recording. No, I think personally that they took money. I thought at least it was that's why I said, let me ask you. I didn't look it up. I didn't look into it. If anybody knows the answer, or if you feel the need to look deeper into it, then let me know. But I thought they took a couple of dollars, and that was it. Like, so they weren't exactly clean, but
I'm on the opposite end. You know me, I like to go half glass full type of thing. So
yeah.
I
So
think they are honest and true and didn't want to jeopardize their careers or anything for just a few
but
bucks.
that's what I'm saying. But why couldn't you just say it out loud then? It's the only question I have in the whole scenario.
Like I said, I think it's because of the fact that you don't want, maybe they write it, or I don't know.
You
Like
see,
I
it's
said, I'm not
confusing.
sure.
So I
Yeah.
mean, like I said, if somebody knows, let us know. If not, we'll keep it moving.
Mm.
Favorite character in the whole show?
I had to go with Ben Affleck. I liked his character
Yes,
in
he
the
nailed it.
movie.
I agree. The very likable guy. He did it for justice. Now, he killed that guy at the end.
Yep.
Cold blooded killed a DA agent. They're
Yes.
gonna investigate that. He's possibly going to jail for that.
Hey, the Rip too. Why not?
For the movie, it was worth it.
Yes.
But in real life, if that happens, shit like that happens, you're going to jail.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially
Oh,
de-aging. It wasn't like he killed some bum who was like a murderer. He killed like a fucking this guy's like a
no.
hero. I mean, this guy. I'm not saying he's a hero, but any
Yeah.
DEA agent that serves anybody who serves our country for our freedom is a hero. You know.
Yes. But he was also dirty, and I'm pretty sure time will uncover all of his dirty deeds
Yes,
throughout his career.
he was a dirty piece of shit in the movie. I
Yes.
agree.
And I liked how Matt Damon, or like in the beginning of the movie, where Matt Damon was giving everybody different amounts of how much the rip was supposed to be, and I'm like, is that because he's planning on ripping off this
And that's what made it
house?
confusing too. I'm like, this guy's telling people different
Exactly.
numbers. He's confusing everybody. So when the actual number goes missing, nobody has the right number. And
Yep.
then, but he was testing.
Yep.
And
I
you
love
know
the
what?
payoff.
The Wire had something like that. I remember because The Wire was a great show on HBO. If you want to go, HBO Max has it.
I
And
started watching. I got to get back into that one.
so in The Wire, what happened was is so like there's a police chief, right? And then there's like different units, and the unit they all report to their supervisor, and the supervisor is trying to run this like operation, and the police chief is when he finds out stuff, he is kind of ruining things. Like he's putting things in motion that's tipping off the drug dealers when they run like undercover operations and about to nail somebody. He's like, well,
Mhm.
let's just go do a raid and take them down. When it's like, no, if you wait 2 more days, I can have the fucking boss like on tape talking about like the next sale. So I remember there was an episode where they had one of the guys was a rat, and he would talk to the big boss, about what's going on behind the scenes, and then he went away for like an in service training they call it, where he had to go like to the academy whatever for learn some new shit. He was out for 2 weeks, and then the guy says, I know it was you that how long you've been ratting on this department." He's like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Well, he's like for the last 3 months, the chief has known every step I'm doing before I do it. All of a sudden, I do something this morning, he has no clue what's going on. He's like, I look around the room, what's different? You're not here." You see what I'm saying? Like, and like
Yeah.
the way he was able, like, so I felt like that was the same kind of math where it's
Yeah.
like, Matt Damon said, if I give everybody a different number, when the guy calls back with the number, I'll know who's the rat.
Exactly.
But he
Yeah, I
also
loved how
didn't
they
trust his
connected them.
crew.
Well, no, because I mean, you got five different people, five different backgrounds and reasonings for trying to rip off the rip, and yeah, he was taking everybody's cell phones and didn't know one of them had a burner phone on him.
Well,
Yeah.
here's the thing. He knew somebody killed his his partner, his friend.
Yep. The captain. Yeah.
And because he said at the end, he goes, you to Ben Affleck, you told me basically to just shake the nest and see what comes out.
Hmm.
And it came out. It was a really good story. Amazing. I was very entertained. I was surprised that it wasn't a father joke, comedy, ha ha ha, Will Ferrell type of movie. But I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a great whodunit. It took my mind off of everything else in life for however long it was, and
Yeah.
it was definitely worth it. I recommend it. Netflix nailed it. I would love to see the Rip too. Yes, absolutely.
Yes. Same here. Did you watch it again, or did you just watch it the one time?
I watched it the one time, but when I watched it one time, I was so into it, like, I was pausing it and like thinking about stuff. Like I was really into it. Like I was trying to figure shit out. I didn't want to miss anything. So I was like pausing.
Yeah.
Hold on, like I gotta pause. Like I wasn't, listen, I always say this when we're on the podcast with Tracy. When something's good, when you put down your phone and you don't look at your phone during the whole scene, because our attention spans these days when it comes to movies and TVs are short enough,
Yes.
and especially with our phones in our hands. So if you like, oh my God, I want to see this scene and put your phone down, and then you find that it's like 45 minutes later, you've been watching this show and I look at your phone, that show's a keeper.
Yes.
So that's kind of what happened with the Rip. Like I didn't have no expectations with it. I said, yeah, if it's any good, we'll podcast it, do a mashup, whatever. But
Yep.
I'm gonna put it on and see what happens. Watch what Netflix has, and if I like it, I like it. Like I tried that Jonas Brothers movie on Disney. I wasn't for me, so I turned it off. But
Oh, okay.
I try things, yeah. So it is what it is. A great movie. Rip, on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you give it?
I give it a 9. Usually I do like a 8.5, but this time really enjoyed it, so I'm gonna give it a 9.
So now, if you're going to plan a night around this movie, I'm going to give it a 7. It's a real 7.
Yeah.
Me personally, it hit the 8.5 mark because these days nothing really gets me excited anymore. So, and I don't say that in a bad way. It's just that I'm old enough and I've seen a lot, so it's hard to give me something new. So to give me some type of who done it, mystery, not necessarily a murder mystery, but, like you said, like a drama, chase,
Yeah.
cat and mouse type deal, detective, figure it out, have your own opinions. So, feel free to let us know if you got it on the first try or if you were like me and Mike and thought it was Matt Damon the whole time when it wasn't. And let us know at so many shows, so many shows.com, so many mashups. Anything else, Mike, before we say goodbye?
No, that's about it.
Check out our other content, NFL. Like I said, we have NFL content. We have retro TV show, mashup, sitcoms, all kinds of good stuff. Bosch Legacy, Lincoln Lawyer coming. New season soon. We're excited. See you guys on the flip side later.
Talk to you on the next one, everybody. Have a great week.